Hello and welcome in the kitchen. Let me turn some lights on. Now then, maybe y'all can see a little better. Welcome in the kitchen. If you're new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button for me. It means the world. And leave me some comments and give me thumbs up and share. If you've been here before, welcome back. And I hope you've already done all of those 4 things. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. We're going to make some pecan brittle, and we might make some macadamia nut brittle, and maybe some almond brittle. And I don't have any peanuts, so we won't be making peanut brittle. What we need: sugar, and I use white and brown sugar, butter, light corn syrup, water, baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda, and our nuts. And I've already chopped up a few of these. I was going to show you how I chop the rest of them. Let's do that real quick. Can hope y'all can see over here. Can y'all see down on my cutting board? I think maybe a little bit. Let me push that out of the way. Let me set this over here. We'll measure that out in a minute. Now y'all can see good, can't you? All right, I've already got most of them cut. But for this, you don't want them real fine. So this, I usually do take the knife and cut and just chop them. Roughly chop them with a knife. Because like I said, you don't want whole halves or whole pieces, but you don't want small pieces either necessarily. You want some a little bit bigger. And we need 1.5 cups of nuts. That's about what we've got right here. Okay. So there we go. There's our nuts. 1.5 cups of nuts. Alrighty, let's get to measuring. In our pot, let's swing you back around here. Y'all get to do the dance. The dance. Okay. In our pot, we are going to put 1/2 cup of white sugar, or just regular granulated sugar. You can use all white or all brown, or a combination like I'm doing, either one. 1/2 cup of white sugar. And we need 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Y'all do need a candy thermometer for this, or a thermometer. Okay, there's our brown sugar, and it's pretty well packed. And we need 1 cup of corn syrup. Let's see if this one's been opened. No, it has not. So we need 1 cup of corn syrup. All right. I'm going to show y'all a trick here in just a minute. Because we need 1/4 cup of water. And we want to get all this corn syrup out of here. So, let's see, I'm going to go over here to the stove and get the water. Okay, 1/4 cup of water goes in there. Just where we measured that corn syrup. We're going to rinse that out good, because corn syrup has a tendency to stick because it's sticky. All right, we've gotten all that washed out good. Now then, look at that. We got all that corn syrup in there. Yay! All right, before we turn it on, we've got to get our pans ready to put it on when it comes out. I've made a mess with these nuts over here, y'all. Can y'all see my mess? I did. I made a mess with the nuts. Of course, y'all know I don't do anything without making a mess. So I gotta clean this up. I can't work in this mess. That's pretty good for now. I'll get it better in a little bit. All right. And your pans need to be sitting on something heat protected, unless you've got heat surface countertops you can set hot things on, which I do not. So I set mine on this. And we need some butter. We've got to butter our pans, okay? Alrighty. I'm just gonna break me off a piece, I think. No, I'm not. I'm gonna have to cut it. And just like this, I'm just gonna go over these pans. I suppose you could use wax paper, never have. I just think, butter it. Because, the more butter, the better, right? Absolutely. The more butter you have, the better things are. Or at least I think so. These are some things you all can include in your Christmas baskets. If y'all are doing Christmas baskets this year, it's not too early to start thinking about what you're going to put in them and start to gather up your ingredients, because it will be here before you know it. And this is something that's really quick, comes together real fast. And I'm going to wash my hand off. Okie doke. Now then, we're going to turn on our eye to about medium high. Not real high, just medium high. Okay? Let me swing y'all back around here so you can see. And we're going to add our pecans, 1.5 cups, right in there with it. You grab us a paddle here to stir. When I'm doing anything like this, you all, I always have a recipe, and I go by it. A lot of times I do not have a recipe, and you all know a lot of times I'm just in here winging it. But this stuff like this, you need an actual recipe, and you need to measure. Okay. All right, now then. And we need some salt. Let's see, I'm about to forget our salt. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Here we go. Just like that. We've got that in there now. And we're going to start this to cooking, and it will cook. We want to get out our thermometer. My big candy thermometer is at the other house, so I'm just going to use this little instant read thermometer right here. I don't know where I got this. I've had it forever. I use it with steaks a lot. Turn it on, and can y'all see that? You can put it in there, and I just hold it. You never want to put it on the bottom of your dish or pot, because it'll give you a false reading. It'll read too hot. You want this to cook until it reaches 275 degrees. And then we are going to add our butter, which is 1.5 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to cut it off of this other end here. There's our butter. We'll need it in a minute, and then we will, let me make sure I don't add it now. I don't think I do. Nope, I do not. I'm also going to add a little bit of vanilla. I'll have to scrunch down. You know how that goes. Let's see, where is the vanilla? There's the vanilla. And it comes off the eye. Now then, as this cooks, see, it's starting to get warm. You add your nuts now because they're not cooked, and you want them to kind of cook a little bit. And then, when it comes off, I will add a teaspoon of vanilla, a tablespoon and a half of butter, and a tablespoon of baking soda. That baking soda will make it foam. It's kind of cool the way it works. And then we will pour it out on our pans and let it cool for a couple of hours before we break it. Okay, it's getting hot now. It's going to start to boiling. Y'all ever made brittle? My mom used to make peanut brittle all the time. My daddy used to grow peanuts, and Mama would make peanut brittle. And I want to say you use raw peanuts in it, which I guess you could use roasted peanuts, but I think Mama used to use raw peanuts. If y'all have ever done it, let me know if you do use raw peanuts, because I'm not real certain. Y'all leave me some comments about your brittle. Tell me if you use raw peanuts or if you cook them first. I'm thinking Mama just put raw ones in there, but I could be wrong because she didn't have a recipe for that. She did not. In some of her recipes, she made so much, they were just in her brain. She just knew how to do it, knew what the measurements were, and she never wrote it down. Like her fudge, never wrote down the recipe. I know you use sugar and cocoa powder and canned evaporated milk and a pinch of salt, but I have no idea how much of she used. I just know she got out her big iron skillet or iron pot. My nose is itching off this morning, you all. Her big iron pot, and started pouring. And she knew how much she to use. And like I said, I don't know. Then I think you can also make this kind of brittle in the microwave, and I don't know how to do that either. I'm not much on cooking in the microwave. I heat things up, but I'm not much on microwave cooking. You know, it's fall of the year, and fall of the year we tend to think more about eating at home, more about eating inside, just lots of things that we don't do in the summer. In the summertime, we think about grilling, eating out by the pool. Look how it's bubbling now. Oh, yeah, it's really coming up. And it'll take it a couple minutes here to cook. I'll let it get to boiling good. I'm telling you, when this sugar is hot, it is hot, let me tell you. Y'all want a good heavy saucepan for this because you don't want it to stick. All right, let's see where we are as far as our temperature goes. Just taking that in about halfway. And we are to 221. So that's pretty close. It'll take it a few minutes. Oh, and I can smell that pecan oil cooking out of these pecans, you all. Oh my goodness, it's just going to be so yummy. We'll make some with macadamia nuts too. and almonds. And this will go in our Christmas baskets. Of course, this probably won't. It'll be gone before then. I'll have to make more. But I want to show y'all how to do it, because y'all can make these nice little gift baskets for your neighbors or co-workers, or, you know. All right, where y'all say we are? Let's take a gander now. All right, y'all, this is getting really thick. Really thick. Look at it. Really, really thick. It's getting really hot standing here in front of the stove, too. All right, let's see if we're even close. All right, we're at 255. We got about 20 more degrees to go. And then we've got our butter ready, we've got our vanilla ready, and we've got our baking soda. We need a tablespoon of baking soda. Let's see, here's our tablespoon. Here's the tablespoon. And you have to work pretty fast when this stuff gets done to get it poured out there. It's almost there. Okay, I think we're there. All right, we're going to remove it from the heat. All right, pulled it over there. Can y'all see that? We are going to add our butter. Boom. And our vanilla. I'm just going to use a cap full of vanilla. It's about a teaspoon. Get all that butter melted in there good. Now then, let's add our baking soda. A tablespoon of baking soda. See how foamy it's getting? I don't know if y'all can see or not. Come over here. Can y'all see it foaming up? I want y'all to be able to see down in there good. See how it got all foamy? All right, that's what puts the air in it. Doesn't just make it hard candy, okay? I'm gonna turn y'all around there. I'm gonna have to pick this up. Mercy gracious. All right, now then. Got it all over that handle, y'all. All right, let's spread this out here just like this. Didn't need to do 2 pans, but I wasn't sure. Couldn't remember if I did 2 or I doubled the recipe to do 2. That's okay. All righty. Now then, this has got to set and cool for a good hour and a half, 2 hours. Then we'll come back and break it off and I'll show you what it looks like, okay? So we'll be back after it cools in a couple hours. I know we want to eat it right now, but if we do, we'll burn our fingers, we'll burn our tongue, and that won't be good. So hot sugar really burns, and it will stick to your skin and keep burning. So please be very, very careful when you're doing anything cooking sugars like this, because it can be dangerous, and sugar does burn, and it will catch fire if you get it down in your eyes. So if you have a stove like that, so be careful when you're working with sugar on the stove, and make sure little ones are far away so they don't get burned. And I'll see y'all back in just a little bit. Okay, y'all. I went ahead and made some macadamia nut too. Look, it's a lighter color. There's the pecan. And there's the macadamia nut. Yum. Now what you do is you just break it. Just like this. In pieces. And put it in a... We'll grab this little hammer right here. We'll use this. See, just break it up. Break it up in little pieces and put it in a... I'll eat this and put it on the counter. So yummy and delicious. I'm going to say that'll be all for this one. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss the video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.